Today's story is a story that Jesus told to his special friends and his followers about how to build your life in the best way. Now, that sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? What does it mean if we say we're going to build our life? Well, as you grow up from being a little baby to a grown-up, there's lots of things that you choose to do. And along the way, your life gets shaped. And that's a little bit like building your life, a bit like building a house. And so this story is about two people that chose to build their houses in different ways. And Jesus wants us to think about how we're going to build our house, how we might build our lives. So there were two men, Jesus said. One man who showed a lot of love to God and wanted to listen, use his listening ears, decided to build his house on a firm foundation, on a rock. And that is what he did. And so he took his time and he built his house, and he was really pleased with it. This man was a man that made good choices. He was a man that listened to what God said and what Jesus said all of the time, so that his life would be built in a really good way. Now, this man, he didn't really care to listen to God. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do. And he was like a man who probably did show broken love because he wasn't listening. And he chose to build his house on some sand. And yes, the house stood up on the sand. And it was fine, and he quite liked his house on the sand. And lots of good things happened. He enjoyed the views. He could see lots of things around him. But he had not listened to Jesus and not listened to God, because then when a storm came, his house, which was his life, wasn't very strong. And so this is what happened. Jesus says, when a storm comes, if you've built your house on me, when the rain comes, your house or your life will stand up really, really tall. And nothing will go wrong. You'll be really strong, and you'll have all of the help that I can give you, my superpower and my love, and that your house will be really strong. And that means a bit like you. So your life will be strong and you won't fall over. So you won't fall down. And then Jesus said, but if you choose to build your house on the sand, which is not a good foundation, so you forget about me, you forget about my love, and you forget about my help, and you choose to do things your own way, and sometimes you are selfish, then when the storm comes, this is what might happen to your house. And it keeps, oh dear, did you see that? The house fell down. And that might be a little bit like your life might fall down. And actually, without God's help, without God's love and God's superpower, things might not be as easy in your life. And so that is what Jesus was trying to teach us when he talked about how the two people built their houses in different places. One built it on a firm foundation, which was like building it with God. And nothing ever happened to make him fall down. Now, God promises us that he will always help us. So sometimes things might come our way, sometimes broken love things might happen, but with God's superpower and God's love, we can stand up to any storm that comes our way. So even if something does happen in our life, we won't fall down like the house did that was built on the sand. So that's the story about where to build your house or where to build your life.